Great question.
Have the Browns already given up on 2026 as well? Are they building for 2027 right now? Is that what they should be doing? But that would have probably been
this, but he literally pulled it back up and it immediately crashed again within about 5 seconds.
It's terrific.
Bob, no, there we go. Look at that. He's back. He's
essentially
okay.
Guys.
So if that's where I lost you, I do think there are going to be some teams at the top of the league that'll be aggressive, but so much of it depends on having willing sellers. And so, the teams that are 1-5 or 2-4 now, is one of those teams 3-5 or 4-4 in 2 weeks, or are they 1-7 or 2-6? That'll, I think, really determine where a lot of these things go.
I got a great question. I'm afraid to ask them about. We might crash again. So I got to do a quick. Albert Breer, do you think that Harbaugh's job is on the line in Baltimore?
I don't think he'll get fired. I think so much of this is explainable now. You know what I mean? I think it's just look at their inactive list every week.
Yeah.
Look who's on there. You know what I mean? Roquan Smith. Kyle Hamilton just got back. Obviously, Lamar's been out. So it's just, I think a lot of it's explainable. I don't think they're totally dead. But, they're 1-5 now. So what does this look like coming out of their bye? You know what I mean? It's a difficult position to be in for sure, to have to dig out of that sort of hole. And they've really left themselves with very little margin for error. Now, again, you get Lamar back, you get Roquan back, you have Kyle back in the lineup now. It's a totally different team. I think it's one of the most talented rosters in football when they're at full strength.
Absolutely. It just haven't been at full strength all year. Another one of the very talented rosters on the East Coast, Philadelphia. Albert, what can you attribute some of the dysfunction to with what's going on? They're still a talented team, and they're not. It's not like they're bad, but it looks like something is significantly off.
I would attribute it to big stars, big egos. It's the way they built their team. You know what I mean? We've talked a lot about their talent, but there's something that comes with that. You know what I mean? In a lot of cases, and it's the dice rolls they've taken. You know what I mean? AJ Brown, when they traded for him, was a little bit of a dice roll. Jalen Carter, when they took him 9th overall, that was a dice roll. And so. When things go great, you can manage all of it really easily. When things don't go well, it can wind up looking really sideways, and this happened 2 years ago with them. So I think it's to some degree just what they sign up for. I think it's why Nick Sirianni is a really good coach for that team, because he's really good at confronting problems and managing egos and everything else. But look, this is part of it's not fantasy football. You know what I mean? It's not like you assemble a team and now everybody's going to play to full capacity and everybody's going to be happy with whatever role we decide they have. If you aren't winning, these things come up, it's like with AJ Brown. I don't think AJ is a bad guy. He's just a different type of dude. You know what I mean? And I think he's the kind of guy who I remember this happened with Brady, 7. I think the Patriots were 8-0, and he called them the most miserable 8-0 team in NFL history. And I think, for him, a huge part of what that was he wasn't playing. He individually wasn't playing great, and there were a bunch of guys who individually weren't playing great. And it's making the point back then. It's you cannot expect these guys to be the most competitive people on earth when it comes to team accomplishment, and not. And shut that off when it comes to their own personal accomplishment, or their own individual performance. You know what I mean? Of course, they're going to be competitive in that area too. So AJ Brown, there's an individual level that he wants to reach, and if he feels like the way the team's going is preventing him from getting there, of course he's going to be moody about it. You know what I mean? So they've got a lot of big egos, a lot of big personalities, a lot of great players, and I just think. When things don't go right, when you assemble your team that way, you run into these sorts of issues.
Albert, good out here on this one. Bigger crash, our system today or Jamarcus Russell?
I think you guys are doing a little bit better than Jamarcus Russell. I won't put you in that category.
Appreciate
no purple drink in the studio, right?
I'm not showing you what's in my cup. That's all I'm going to say, though. Albert, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much, buddy. We'll talk again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That was Albert Breer, fractured segment with Albert Breer there, Bob.
Hey, you know what? Breer's a pro. He persevered through all of it, did a great job. A lot of people have been frustrated and said, I'm not coming on. It's a mess. But Breer's a great guy. And
Breer's
lots
the
of
man.
great knowledge there.
Yes, he's the man. Coming up next, we'll do NFL picks and maybe a visit from Ya Highness. We'll do that. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. NFL revenues were at an all-time high in the latest fiscal year, with the league racking up a staggering $23 billion in total revenue. They sent around $416 million to each of the 32 franchises. That's up nearly 9% year over year. Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, talk about how the NFL model correlates to local banking.
It's kind of weird to say, but the NFL model is similar to working with your local bank. Just like the NFL returns profits to its teams, by working with a locally owned bank, deposits are returned to that community in the form of business and consumer loans. It's a reinvestment that benefits the area in which we all live.
It is a total win-win for the community, the depositor, and the bank. Stop into our branch and see what a difference we can make together.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Regenerative treatments for joint pain are creating lots of excitement in the orthopedic community. QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Ray Tessner recalls a recent conversation with one of the country's most acclaimed orthopedic doctors.
He said, when you and I are young, the arthroscope was a quantum leap in treating orthopedic problems. I think regenerative medicine is the new arthroscope.
Surgery is no longer the go-to solution for chronic joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, or back. QC Kinetics is leading the next quantum leap. All-natural regenerative treatments that provide relief and mobility.
I think one of the tenets of being a good physician is the old saying of do no harm. That's what I enjoy about this form of treatment is there's very little chance that we're going to cause harm, and that's refreshing to me to be able to eliminate the dangers that can come sometimes with surgeries.
Book your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Oh, it's Bobby, it's Tito, it's Brody. By the way, a little hyperbole by you, Brody, just so you know. You know, I called out Ryan Day yesterday for saying, football on the ground, it puts the whole program in jeopardy or something like that.
At risk.
At risk. Okay, that's right. It's at risk. The way you said earlier how Bobby killed it in the picks last week, he only beat me by one game.
I wasn't saying he killed you. I was just saying he killed the spread.
The spreads.
For 2 weeks in a row.
Call me spread slaughterer.
That's what I don't know what to say there. Let's do our picks.
Let's do it, Tito.
Morning Juice presents NFL
Push
Picks.
button now.
Sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a first-round postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com.
All right, Ya let's rip through these so we can get the Ya Highness.
No. He's got to tell us our record from last week.
He can do what I'm saying. I just gave it. Yeah, he can give us the record. I'm just saying
let's rip through these. Implies like we're going to the picks. Let's go, Bo.
All right, guys. Last week, Tito 8-7, Bobby 9-6. On the season, Carp, you're 51-41-1. Tito 48-44-1. All right, Thursday night football tonight. Steelers on the road against the Bengals. Pittsburgh 5.5-point favorites on the road.
I got to lay those points.
I'll lay them also. I think Pittsburgh rolls in this game.
I think TJ Watt maybe puts Joe in a wheelchair.
All right, Sunday morning, across the pond, another London game. We've been on quite the stretch here.
Jacksonville.
Games. Yes, London's team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are hosting, air quotes, the LA Rams. LA's favored by 3.
Lay the points.
I will say Puka Nacua might not play. Give me Jacksonville getting the 3.
Bounce back. All right, on to the Sunday 1 o'clock games. The week of firing their head coach, Mike Vrabel, makes his return to the Nashville. You're telling me Tennessee's got a football team? Nashville take on the Titans. Pats at the Titans. New England's favored by 7.
Yeah, I don't know how they're only favored by 7 in this. I understand they're going to Nashville, but you just fired your head coach. Lay the points.
I was going to say, you talked about how Days won't want to score on Fickle. I got to believe Vrabel running up on Tennessee if he can. Go for it. They're going to shut down Tennessee, take the Patriots, and lay the points.
All right, New Orleans Saints on the road and Chicago against the Bears. Chicago favored by 5.
I don't want to do this, but I'm going to lay the points at home.
Are you really? See, I was hoping to go with the Saints. I'm laying the points, so I think Chicago wins this
You
game.
think I'm a fool?
I don't think you're a fool. I think you're trying to copy my picks before I make it.
All right, 2 of the league's best meet in Cleveland this Sunday at 1 o'clock as the Dolphins face the Browns. Cleveland favored by 2.5. I think that might be the first time they've been favored all year.
Ooh, I don't.
All century, maybe.
Gosh. Their defense is good.
Yes.
Miami's a mess. I wonder what the point total is on this one. 'Cause I feel like it might be
24.
like,
I think it's 4.
Dolphins.
Well, then I'm going to go with your well. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I was so glad I could talk you into that. I'm going to take the Dolphins 2.5. Yeah, Cleveland giving points, that's poison.
Did you take the Browns then there, Carp?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll lay the points.
Just checking. All right. Carolina's on the road against the winless New York Football Jets.
Some bad games.
Yes, there is, yeah.
Panthers are favored by 1.5, coming off 2 huge wins against Miami and Dallas.
I mean, I would like to take the Jets at home, but, I mean, Carolina has won 2 games pretty impressively. They've scored points. I'm gonna lay the points.
Rico Suave's been playing well for Carolina, but I'm going to take the Jets, and I will take the 1.5 with the Jets.
Give me a dub. All right. 1 o'clock game still here. Philadelphia's on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Eagles favored by 1.5.
Ooh. It's been a little bumpy year for Minnesota.